Babyteeth is a dramatic comedy directed by Shannon Murphy and starring Eliza Scanlen, Toby Wallace, Essie Davis, and Ben Mendelsohn. Now, I seen this film back when it was released at the Venice Film Festival last year, and going into it, there was unfortunately a lot of prejudice against it because pretty much everyone that had already seen it in like private screenings or people in the industry just talking, things like that happen in festivals. It's just weird, but you hear people talking about movies even though they still haven't been seen by anyone. It was being shut upon really, really hard. So we didn't go into the screen with the best of expectations. But I did leave it while not loving the film and barely liking it. I did think it was better than it was being given credit for. And that kind of bias is unfortunate, it happens a lot in festivals, so just know that. But now the film is like almost a year later, it's come out finally. And it's fine. I think Babyteeth is a fine film. It has some really good things going for it, and some lesser ones. The really good thing, I think, is the direction by Shannon Murphy, one of the first films, not her first film. Really impressive, really confident. She tries to follow a very specific tone with the film. She wants to make kind of a dramatic, quirky comedy, but also take the subject matter very seriously. This is, after all, a story about a young teen who is diagnosed with cancer, and she tries to find love in her last months of life. So we've seen cancer films, especially with teenagers and children. We've seen them many, many times in the past. Not always to the best effect. I do think it's a very serious subject matter. I also think that it's relatively cheap. Not exploitative per se, but I do think it's fairly cheap nowadays to just use it in films. But Shannon Murphy's direction is commendable because she tries to take it into different directions. Again, she tries to make it a bit lighter, but not like other movies do. She has fourth wall breaks that are not as in your face as you might expect. Let's just say they're kind of a more subtle version of Fleabag's fourth wall break, so I'll just leave it at that. But what made the film, even though I think that some of the jokes don't land, even though I think some of the moments are excessively melodramatic, especially towards the end of the film, there's side characters that matter absolutely no way whatsoever. There's kind of side plots that don't go anywhere with some of the neighbors that they have. So it's kind of unfortunate in that way, but what made it work are the four main performances. You have Eliza Scanlen, who has barely been on the scene, but she's very, very hot material right now. Every movie she's in, she's brilliant, and Babyteeth is a great performance from her, especially trying to balance this tone. She does it very effortlessly as this girl diagnosed with cancer. Toby Wallace was the surprise. He won the Best Young Actor, Best Newcomer, whatever at the festival, and deservedly so. He could have been, kind of one of these young drug dealers, junkies, like cool boys, hot boys that this girl falls in love with. But he's very sweet, he's very nice, he's very earnest. Again, it could have been very cliche, but it actually isn't. There's more to it. Same goes for the parents. You've seen that countless times, but they're very understanding parents. They're very loud, they have some moments where they argue a lot, but you still feel the love between them. Essie Davis and Ben Mendelsohn have crazy chemistry in this one, it's very good. I honestly would have preferred the film focus more on them than on two children, but they make the film work. They elevate the script, they make the experience more enjoyable than it could have been. This could have been very cheap, very boring, very mellow, but it isn't. Over time, I've come to appreciate this film more, even rewatching the trailers, rewatching some scenes of it now. It's far better than it has they was being given credit for back when it was released in the festival. So, while I don't think that Babyteeth is a great film, I think for a first feature and with its performances, it's pretty good. I think especially it's kind of a crowd pleaser film. I can see a lot of people tearing up during it, finding it very emotional. So I do recommend you watch it. Definitely give Babyteeth a shot and support independent cinema. That's the main reason for this review. Support it. Even from films that are not necessarily great, they do give you something different, something that you haven't seen before, or something that you've seen before in a different way, in a different package. And their performances alone are worth it. So definitely check Babyteeth out. But still, guys, if you watched Babyteeth, what do you think about it? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.